Welcome to Amateur Redneck Workshop. I'm Harold, the resident redneck, and as usual we'll not harm any rednecks in the making of this video. I'm going to do an unusual video for me today. I'm going to be trying to repair a piece of common office equipment. It's something I got for free, so don't go to tell me send it back and get your money back, because I don't have any money to get back. I never paid for it. Alright, it was given to me to do a review someplace else, not here on YouTube. So don't worry, I'm not starting to review office products. Alright, and I've got a gift from another creator that'll be included in the video, and a little plug for the other creator too, of course. I don't know if you guys have been watching what's going on, but there's more than the normal amount of craziness going on the West Coast, from one end to the other, from north to south all the way. I've never seen anything like this in my life, and I think it's really I don't know if you guys are keeping up with it or not, but you ought to keep an eye on it. Check Timcast, Timcast channel, or Tim Pool, either one. He's got more than one channel. You can get up to date on it if you're not aware of the goings on. Let's go ahead and get on to today's video. This has been a super busy day. I got up this morning, went to practice, come back, trimmed the hedges, mowed and edged the yard. When I got through with that, I took the boss lady to Sam's Club shopping, took her to Costco, took her to a furniture company shopping, took her to Kroger's grocery store shopping, and I finally got back home. And I looked in the mailbox, and son of a gun, there was a box that took up the whole innards of it, and it's this box right here. It comes from Mr. Lee Peden in North Carolina, and I already cut it open. We're going to open it up and see what I got. Well, maybe. Alright, we're going to have an official unboxing of whatever this is. And got a note here, and there's a sticker in there, 10 Barn Time sticker, and I'm not sure if I've got one of these. I was wondering about that the other day. And I got a note here from Mr. Lee Peden, and I'm not going to read you guys the note. Here's the main stuff that's in here. This is one of his revolver cylinder pen and pencil holders, and this is really neat. It's going to get a place of honor on my desk. It's always super great to get something from another creator. It's, you know, it's really, to me, that's always something special, and I sure appreciate it, Lee. This is really neat. I like these things. It's, like I say, the man's creative. In order to better support his channel, Mr. Pragmatic Lee is going to have these for sale on his channel. I don't know just when, but if you'll keep an eye on his channel, you'll find out. This would make an excellent decoration for your table, our desk, whatever. And also a nice gift for those folks that you like to give things to. Alright, so just keep it in mind. Watch Mr. Pragmatic Lee's channel, and you'll get an opportunity to pick one of these up for yourself, or maybe several of them. Who knows? I was given this shredder, not to do a review on YouTube, but somewhere else, and when it came in, it didn't work. The motor runs, but the cutters don't cut. So what I've decided to do is just take her apart and see if we can fix it. I have no idea what's wrong with it, so you and me, we're going to find this out together. Alright, so hold on to your hats. Alright, so this is the power unit turned upside down. What you're looking at, there's all the little chompy teeth that are supposed to eat the 10 sheets of paper at a time, which is a pretty good, you know, little bite for a homeowner's type thing. we're going to take him apart. But we're not going to suffer the slow taking apart on camera. Alright, I got all the screws off and lifted the hood, and if you look down there closely, you can see the gears. That's the, well, there you go. There's the motor gear sticking through there to those plastic gears, and the plastic gears are in touch with the feed rollers and the teeth that cut the paper. So I'm going to have to look it over just a little bit to determine if I can see a problem or not, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, I have located the cause of all our troubles, and I will put a sheet of paper into the feed slot, and you watch that motor there. It's eating a groove in the gear. I don't think that's ever going to work. In fact, I'm not much of a guy on gears, but looking at it, I don't even see how it could possibly have worked in the first place, but obviously it must have. After all, they went to all the trouble of putting it together like that. I'll see if I can move the big gear around to a clean spot and see if it'll make one turn. Well, taking this thing apart's really made a mess of my fingers. I got sticky grease all over them. You can see a groove cut into that gear. So this gear is permanently finished. So what do you do with a machine with a permanently finished gear? I don't know. I guess it's time for the trash can, you know. But that was the problem. Obviously some sort of a design flaw, because this thing never made its first turn, obviously. Now I get to figure out what the heck am I going to do with this pile of junk. I believe the cause of this problem is that they gave me an extra gear, sort of laying loose in the works there, because I can't see any place to put it back on. So let's back up. Now I've got the little booger sitting here. There's no screws in it to hold it together yet, but I'll put some in, and then we'll see if it'll turn a little distance before it comes to the bad spot. Well, you guys will have to look fast, because I don't think it's going to take more than about one turn or less before we find ourselves in that groove spinning away. So let's take a look and see what happens. Look at that. How about that? Now if I just had a new herringbone gear like that, it would it'd probably run like crazy. The only thing is, I don't know, that might even be more than Keith Rucker can do, making a herringbone gear. Well, it's not a herringbone gear either, it's just an angled gear. Excuse me, pardon my ignorance. But that was what was wrong with it, the inclusion of an extra gear just in case I needed one. Huh, who would have thunk? Interesting. So there's the culprit, one extra gear. The teeth run, the chompers chomp, but it doesn't work because, well, it's got that problem. I bet that could be a future project to see if I can build a gear to run with the motor. Not necessarily this motor, but a motor, and make it still work. I don't know. I'm going to think on that. Alright, it's quite possible they meant for there to be two gears on this shaft. This is one gear here, and it looks like the one that fell off. This is a gear, and this is a gear. Why do they have two gears on that one spot? I don't know. If I wanted a 1/4 inch wide gear, I'd use a 1/4 inch wide gear instead of 2 1/8 inchers. But that's what it looks like, because this one is sort of running almost in between these other two gears right there. You can see that slot between them. And possibly that gear was supposed to be on that shaft. I don't know how it could have fallen off in shipping, but it could have. Well, yeah, it would have been pretty easy. I don't know if it was ever on at the factory or not, or if this thing's been dropped. That looks a little bent there. I don't know. I guess maybe that gear should have been on this shaft and not an extra gear in the case at all. But that gear doesn't really want to move. Oh well. That was a good try, but it's not worth all the effort that it would take to make it work again. Although I had originally thought this would be great for chopping up plastic for my extruder. Looks like it won't. Well, whatever the design is supposed to be, I can say it shows a poor bunch of quality control. That thing was eaten up when I took it out of the shipping package, brand spanking new. So they couldn't possibly have checked to see if it really works. Somebody may have plugged it in and heard the motor run, and it ate the gear, and that was that. I don't know. Okay, so I started thinking about it, and after thinking on it, I come to realize, yeah, this one gear was between two other gear set of teeth there, and there was room on that shaft for another gear. So I took it all apart, pounded on a little bit with a screwdriver, and I got the gear I found laying loose in the bunch. I got him on the shaft, and everything fit together. So now that's the way it should go. 2 gears on one shaft and 2 gears on the other one. And they're all where they should be. So now all I got to do, and I also started thinking that with Fusion 360 you can 3D print gears. I'm sure you can 3D print modular gears and helical gears, just like I got here, because I was watching a guy that printed a whole bunch of helical gears. So now I'm going to quest to figure out the module of that gear. I'm not sure if it'll be easy to do or not. I sure wish I could talk to this old Tony. Brian says that Daisy needs to make an appearance in the video. Well, Brian, there's Daisy. I don't know, well, it's getting fuzzy, huh? There's Daisy, doing what she does best. Well, second best. She does eating better than she does laying around. But there she is. Well, it seems like Boudreaux and Thibodeau were taking an air trip, on a plane there to go to Canada for a boudin making conference. And so after they'd been in the air a while, the captain came on the speaker and says, folks, he says, one of our engines has failed, so it'll take us an hour longer to make it to Canada. He said, but don't worry, we got 2 more engines left. So they fly along a while. After a while, the captain comes back on there and says, well, folks, he says, we lost one of our other engines, so we'll be 3 hours late getting into Canada, but don't worry, we still got 1 engine left. So Thibodeau turns around and looks at Boudreaux and he says, you know me, I got to tell you, he says, if we lose 1 more engine, we're going to be up here all day. Well, that's all, folks. Y'all try to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Leave a comment if you got something to say. And above all, remember, keep on keeping on. Bye now.